Hello students, now that we have understood all the important concepts under genetics chapter, let us solve all the questions at the back of the textbook. If you're not clear with any of the concepts, kindly refer to the previous videos that I have made for you so that you are clear with all the concepts. And then let's start answering. So multiple choice questions. First question, phenotypic monohybrid ratio, straightforward 3 is to 1. Second question, a pure tall plant. So whenever they use the word pure, I have already told you, you have to understand that it is homozygous, meaning both the alleles are same. So T and T, capital T and T will come. It is crossed with pure dwarf. Dwarf is small t, pure meaning both the alleles are same. So you have to use 2 times small t. And when you cross this with this, you obviously get this combination. How do we get? You have capital T and T crossed with this and this. Eventually you get all of them as this. Heterozygous tall. So that is why all are tall in this answer. Next question, 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. Dihybrid ratio, it is independent assortment. Please learn it up because this comes as a MCQ in your board as well. Next question, a plant with green pods and smooth seeds, and the genotype is also given, give rise to the following gametes. So here, what you should remember is that you have a combination of genes, that is this gene and this is the other gene combination. Now, whenever you make gametes out of this, you're going to make gametes out of this. What is that one rule that you have to remember? From this set of genes, you have to take one allele, and from this set of genes, you have to take one allele. All right. So, from the first set of alleles, capital G and small g, we have to take one, and from the other one also, we have to take one. That is how you make combinations. Alright, so another combination is small g you can take and one of the s's you can take. This will come twice as you know, and that is where you get this gamete combination as capital GS and small gs. Next, mass of following I have solved for you on the side. If you're not very clear with this, please connect with me. Name 2 genetic diseases in humans. The ones that we have learned in textbook are hemophilia and color blindness, but that is not it. There are many more which you probably will learn in a higher class. Next one, which of the following genotype is homozygous dominant? Homozygous meaning both are same, and dominant is represented by the capital letter. So capital RR, and which is a recessive, homozygous recessive, small r. Now there are certain questions where the answer is directly given in the textbook, like genotype and phenotype, character and trait. All that have just put a tick and you can refer from the textbook. I don't think we need to spend time over here. Next question, monohybrid and dihybrid cross phenotypic ratio is asked. What is the answer there? Please tell me the answer. Monohybrid would be 3 is to 1 because they have asked a phenotypic ratio. If they were to ask genotypic ratio, it is 1 is to 2 is to 1. Alright, so monohybrid phenotypic ratio is 3 is to 1. Dihybrid is 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. Alright, next question. Among lion, tiger and domestic cat, all of them have the chromosome number as 38, but they are all different. Why is that? Because even though the 38 chromosome number is same for them, the genes present on the 38 chromosomes are not same. That's why they are different. Please write that answer down. Next question, list any 3 features. These features are nothing but characters given in a textbook box where they have given you 7 different characters and their recessive and dominant contrasting traits. Same thing, you can pick any 3. I need not go into that explanation. Yeah, next question, explain why generally male child suffers from color blindness. Here it can be color blindness or hemophilia and not the female generally. What is the answer there? I've written down the answer for you. Please note it down, write all the important points so that you get complete marks. So why is first point under that is X-linked recessive trait it is. Which one? Colorblindness or hemophilia, whichever they ask. It is X-linked recessive trait. Write that point down for 1 mark. And then you are explaining In male, as there's only one X chromosome, the recessive allele to be present on the X chromosome is much high. I hope you can write this down simultaneously. I'll explain it for you. This is a male and this is a female. Now, when can this male become colorblind? The moment there is a recessive allele on this, if the allele present here is recessive, then this person is colorblind or hemophilic, whatever the question is. On the other hand, for female, since there are two X chromosomes, if one among these are a, let us say, a dominant trait, if hemophilia we are taking, if H is among the two X chromosomes, if any one itself is dominant, the person is not hemophilic. Okay, but can be a carrier. Not worried about that right now. But if at all, if both are recessive, let's say both are recessive. Recessive, we put that. You can just put a dot. All right. So that represents recessive. A female can be colorblind or hemophilic, whichever the condition may be, only if on both the X chromosome recessive trait is present. That is why male are more prone to these kind of disorders, which are X-linked recessive traits. All right. I hope you're clear, and I hope you wrote down the answer as well. Next, define the following variations and mutations they have directly given. State laws of Mendel also is already given. So D1, I have written down the answer, and D3 also have written down the answer. Let's go there. What is D1? Pedigree chart. What is meant by a pedigree chart? It's a chart or a diagram that shows occurrence and appearance of phenotypes of a particular gene from one generation to another generation. How is it moving? Also, that also is covered. So please write this sentence as such and study the answer as well. Next question. How the sex determination question, okay? Does the sex of a child or the gender of a child depend upon the father, or is it a chance factor? For this, again, write down the answer, please. Gender of a child, whether it is or a male or a female, will depend upon whether the child will get the X or Y from the sperm. All right. So you know that, and when we talk about a child being formed, it is the fusion between a female gamete, that is the ovum, and the male gamete, that is the sperm. Correct? Now, in ovum, the only possibility is 22 autosomes plus X. That's the only possibility. But in case of sperm, it is 22 autosomes plus it can be an X or a Y. Both are possible. Either X or Y are possible in case of sperm. So, if a sperm which is having Y chromosome fuses with the ovum, then that child will be 22 pairs of 44 chromosomes, autosomes plus X and Y, becoming a male. If the other possibility, that is, this ovum fuses with a sperm containing X chromosome, then the resulting child will be 44 autosomes plus X and X, resulting in a female. So that those are the two possibilities for a child, and therefore it depends upon what? It depends upon whether the fusion happened between a ovum containing X and a sperm containing X or Y, whichever it fuses with, depending on that would be the gender of the child. All right, going back, there is one more question. Distinguish between autosomes are given, sex chromosomes are given, homozygous, heterozygous definitions are directly given in the textbook. So I'm not explaining. Karyotype and karyokinesis. This probably you would like to mark it or write it down in the book. Karyotype means it is a process of artificially arranging chromosomes according to, sorry about the spelling error, according to their size and shape on a chart. For what purpose? For so many understanding about which chromosome lays where. To understand that, for so many genome projects, for all those purposes, karyotyping process is done. Now, what about karyokinesis? What is karyokinesis? It is a division of nucleus during the division phase of cell cycle. I hope you remember. Cell cycle has a division phase and a interphase, which is also called as the preparatory phase. During the cell cycle, during the preparatory phase, nucleus is not dividing at all. Instead, during the division phase, it is dividing. So please write down this as well.